Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenas noches. Pues estamos en la sesión del módulo 7 en la primera semana. Pues vamos a dar inicio a esta sesión que pues espero que sea breve, proporcionándoles la información necesaria para que podamos iniciar el trabajo de pues este módulo. Como les decía yo, esta es una sesión que he preparado previamente, pues debido a algunas dificultades técnicas que tengo con mi conexión, que es un poco inestable. Entonces pues cuando quiero transmitir directamente con YouTube y el decoder que uso, pues la conexión se corta a cada rato, ¿no? Y es volver a empezar, volver a mandarles de nuevo el link, etcétera. Entonces he decidido hacer mejor así las presentaciones porque no hay interrupción en lo que es la presentación. Sin embargo, pues a la hora que programo la sesión, estoy en vivo en el chat, es decir, pues estoy atendiendo aquí sus dudas. Por lo mismo, pues quedo pendiente en el chat a lo largo de la presentación y con ello pues cumplimos la función de podernos comunicar, digamos, de manera inmediata. En cuanto se termina la sesión, la ventana del chat se cierra casi de inmediato. Entonces pues les pido que se pasen a la sección de comentarios o que se vayan a la sección de mensajero pues en la plataforma. Bueno, pues como ya me presenté en la plataforma, seré su facilitadora a lo largo de estas 4 semanas. Y lo que quiero tratar es pues un recordatorio de lo que es la evaluación, los temas de las unidades 1 y 2, así como la descripción de los recursos, algunos ejemplos y lo que son las actividades de esta semana. Pues bienvenidos a esta semana. Y pues para una servidora va a ser un gusto trabajar con ustedes. Pues de manera reciente ustedes han trabajado la semana 6, donde vamos a bueno, ya han trabajado ustedes 6 actividades. Y bueno, pues ya es la misma dinámica la que vamos a trabajar. 2 actividades por semana, cada una con el 7%. Y llegando a la semana 4, pues tenemos el proyecto integrador y estas actividades de cierre, como son el foro de integración, el ejercicio de autoevaluación y el cierre de actividades que fueron trabajando a lo largo de las 4 semanas. Pues recordarán que lo que son las habilidades socioemocionales las trabajan pues en el área de tutoría. El tutor o la tutora que va a estar con nosotros pues va a estar encargada de apoyarlos en ese sentido. Bien, entonces bueno, ya como primer semana tenemos las 2 primeras actividades con la primera actividad de habilidad socioemocional y el trabajo que hagan en plataforma. Entonces, bueno, vamos a trabajar igual que en el módulo anterior. Y bueno, pues espero que les haya ido muy bien, ya que vamos a hacer un uso de los conocimientos previos de todo eso que aprendiste en el módulo anterior a este. Bueno, mi única recomendación es que no comiencen a atrasarse, porque si se atrasan en la semana 1, para la semana 2 pues vienen arrastrando esa tarea en la que se hayan atrasado, y cuando llegamos al módulo a la semana 4 pues tenemos menos horas para trabajar lo que son las tareas. Entonces si comienzan a atrasarse desde esta semana, se van a venir arrastrando pues esa tarea, ¿no?, que se les va a ir encimando. Entonces evitémoslo, y para ello pues les sugiero siempre que sigan esta guía. La guía pues está preparada precisamente pensando en que ustedes trabajan, tienen otras actividades, apoyan en su familia, en fin, muchas otras obligaciones que tienen. Pero si ustedes se organizan más o menos siguiendo lo que es la guía, van a poder hacer sus entregas, lo que sería, por ejemplo, miércoles, jueves y viernes. Y bueno, yo siempre les sugiero que sábado y domingo sea la última opción para que hagas la entrega de tu trabajo. Pues que no se les haga costumbre hacer esa entrega de fin de semana o de domingo en la noche, cuando ya la plataforma pues está un poco saturada. Entonces nos evitamos esos problemas siguiendo la guía. Ahora, mi recomendación es para todos, es de manera general. Bueno, yo sé que en sus actividades pues habrá quien diga que sus entregas las va a hacer viernes, sábado y domingo. Definitivamente eso va a ocurrir, pero pues yo espero que sean los menos, ¿verdad? Porque si no, pues una servidora no me puedo apurar a hacer las evaluaciones respectivas si todos hacen sus entregas en domingo. Entonces, bueno, organícense lo más que puedan, por favor. Y dentro de la guía lo que te propone es que veas esta área que son los recursos. Bueno, ustedes ya saben los documentos que pueden descargar. Por ejemplo, el lunes, el martes pueden estar revisando recursos, después hacer los ejercicios, ver más recursos, comenzar a explorar lo que es el foro de aprendizaje, que no es evaluable, pero pues es importante para su formación a lo largo de este módulo. Y una vez que ya revisaste los recursos, ya participaste en el foro, has hecho ejercicios, podemos pasar propiamente a lo que son las actividades. Primero, las formativas, que es como si fuera un ensayo de lo que vas a entregar en las tareas. Estas tareas formativas, bueno, ustedes ya saben que yo no se las voy a revisar, son cuestionarios que ustedes hacen dentro de la misma plataforma. Y bueno, si ya terminaste tu semana, puedes ir al área de aprender más, practicar más y que no se te olvide tu actividad socioemocional. ¿Ok? Leer el recurso y pues hacer el cuestionario. Bien, y podemos pasar entonces a lo que son las actividades integradoras 1 y 2. Entonces, si tú sigues este proceso de revisar recursos, hacer ejercicios, participar en el foro, hacer tus actividades formativas, así en ese orden, tus actividades van a estar dentro del contexto del que se solicita y además pues se va a notar cuando hagas tus actividades que estás usando esas estructuras aprendidas, ¿verdad? Y los conocimientos que has ido adquiriendo a lo largo de este módulo y pues también los que adquiriste en el módulo anterior. Cuando no lo hacen así se nota porque me entregan su tarea el lunes, por ejemplo, y pues el lunes es el primer día. Yo pienso que no les dio tiempo a revisar muy bien los recursos, practicar, etcétera. Y bueno, eso se refleja en su actividad, porque está descontextualizada, no usan el vocabulario de la unidad, no usan las estructuras que deberían usar y bueno, obviamente en consecuencia, al calificar conforme a la rúbrica, pues su puntuación va a bajar. Entonces, bueno, procuremos seguir por lo menos ese orden para llegar a lo que son las actividades integradoras que tenemos para esta ocasión. De Dancing at the Moulin and Meanwhile. Bien, pues antes de empezar a ver las actividades, quiero proporcionarles lo que son algunos ejemplos. Y bueno, si ya tuvieron oportunidad de revisar los recursos, verán que el tema es presente continuo y un repaso del pasado simple y pasado continuo. Digo un repaso porque son temas que ya vieron en el módulo anterior. Entonces, en esta ocasión nos vamos a enfocar más en el tiempo continuo, pero ya combinándolo, ¿ok? Bien, entonces, bueno, imagina diferentes personas en tu ciudad o en tu colonia, incluso en tu familia, diferentes personas que a la misma hora o a cierto punto del tiempo están haciendo actividades diferentes. ¿Ok? Bueno, ese punto en el tiempo se llama en inglés the moment of speaking. The moment of speaking is now. Es ahora. ¿Ok? Y esas actividades que están haciendo esas personas en este punto en el tiempo, the moment of speaking, that is now, pues se considera o se llama presente continuo. Este tiempo puede incluso referirse a un punto específico en el pasado. So, you can go back in time. In that case, you have the past continuous. ¿Ok? Bueno, entonces tenemos presente continuo y pasado continuo. Y ambos se refieren a un punto específico en el tiempo. ¿Ok? Bien. Para poder formarlo, primero tenemos que familiarizarnos con algunas reglas que son muy básicas y que nos van a ayudar desde un principio a formular pues enunciados correctamente, ¿verdad? Entonces vamos a empezar con esas reglas de lo que necesito para formar el tiempo. El presente continuo se va a formar con un auxiliar y con un gerundio. Vamos a empezar por el gerundio porque es la unidad más pequeña de esta parte del lenguaje y que nos cuesta más trabajo. Bien, un gerundio es un verbo y va a tener una terminación ing. ¿ok? Lo que sería en español ando, endo, ¿ok? Bien, en inglés lo vamos a formar así. Most verbs add ing. For example, we have the verb wear, go, cook, and hold. And I am going to add ing. Okay, wearing, going, cooking, holding. Yes. Number 2, if the verb ends in e, for example, write, smile, take, I am going to drop the e and then add ing. Okay, so drop the e, then I have writing, smile, smiling, take, taking. Then if I have a verb, yes, and this verb is a one-syllable verb, but also it has one vowel and ends in a consonant, right? Okay, so we have consonant, vowel, consonant. Yes, what I'm going to do is to double the consonant. For example, sit, sitting. Yes, I am double. This is double T. Get, getting. Yes, I double the T, double T, getting. Run, running. Yes. So these are 3 basic rules that we need to create a gerund, right? Okay. Now try to write the ing to the following verbs. Okay, so what verbs or what actions do you see here in these pictures? I see walk, sing, read, drink, write or study, listen to, swim, walk, write or take notes, smoke, drink, and eat. Okay, so I have these verbs: walk, stop, swim, smoke, sing, use, come, drink, read, listen, do, eat. Now what rule, yes, from these 3 rules am I going to use to create the gerund? Okay, if I talk, I said ing, walking, stopping, swimming, smoking, singing, using, coming, drinking, reading, listening, doing, eating. Yes, but what happens when you write? Yes, if you write, then you have to spell it correctly. So I'm going to say here add ing, right? So walking, singing, reading. Try to do this in your notebook. Why do you think I have these 2 verbs in blue? Which rule do you think it is? Think. Number 1, number 2, or number 3? Yes, I'll give you 20 seconds to think about it. Why do you think these 2 words are in blue? Which rule is 1? Why do you think I am having these words in yellow? What do they have in common? Yes, can you guess? So which rule am I going to apply? Number 1, number 2, number 3. Try to guess. Yes, so I'm going to go from the easiest one. Yes, they have in common the letter E, the silent E. So what do I have to do? Drop. Remember, drop the letter E and add ing. Okay, so drop the E, drop the E, drop the E, and then add ing. And what happens with these 2 words? Okay, well, in this case, the ST is one sound, okay? SW is one sound, so it is similar to this one. One syllable, and then I have to double the last letter, And also I have consonant, vowel, consonant. Yes, so I have stop is one syllable, swim one syllable, right? And then I have to double the last consonant. Okay, so stopping, double P, swimming, double P. And these are common, just add ing, rule number 1. So try to do this, yes, write them in the notebook or in your iPad or whatever, in your computer, and try to exercise this. Okay, now I have these examples: meditate, relax, work, drive, stop. Remember the rules. As you can see, now we can create more examples, but in this case these are some sentences. Yes, now we have a subject, the auxiliary, and I need the gerund. So I have he is jogging, he is meditating, he is relaxing, they are working, she is driving, the bus is stopping for us now. Yes, try to find out what rule will you need to create the gerunds for these verbs. Yes, okay, remember the silent E in this case. Yes, this is rule number 1. Rule number 1, we have a silent E. Do you remember? This is rule number 2. And rule number 3, right? I have to double the P. Yes? Okay, try these examples on your own. Try to do them in your notebook or in your computer, or try to think the whole sentence. Okay, I have the verbs here in parentheses or brackets. Yes. Which rule do you need to apply to these verbs to create the gerund? Yes, you will have 1 minute to try to complete the sentence, and if you want, try to give the write examples or give the examples. Write them in the chat, right? Try to create at least the gerund or the whole sentence. Try to give an example. Okay. So we have ringing, wearing, sleeping, traveling, and selling. Now try to write the first sentence. Listen, I think the telephone is ringing. I see that you are wearing your new dress today. Please be quiet. The baby is sleeping. At present, Anne is traveling to South America. They are selling their car right now. Okay? So try to go back later to write these examples on your own, and then if you have any questions or you doubt about how to spell these words, you have here the answers. Okay, so try to check which rule did you apply to create the gerund, and let's see what is this verb is, are. This is called the auxiliary. Okay, why? Because to create the present continuous, yes, or present progressive, I need a subject, then I need the verb be, in this case in present simple, am, is, are, and then I need the gerund, right? So this is basically what we need to create a short sentence in the continuous tense. Now, here you can see, or try to remember that for these persons or these subjects, you need this auxiliary verb to be in present. Am, are, is. I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, you are, they are. And then we have the contracted form or contraction, and we have the negative also. In this case, remember, you only add not. Okay, I am not, you aren't, he isn't, she isn't, it isn't, we aren't, you aren't, they aren't. So we have the positive and the negative way to create sentences with verb to be. And additionally, I need the gerund. Yes? Now, the same happens when we talk about past tense. The past continuous. I am only going to change the verb am, are, is. Yes? I'm going to use was, were, sorry, there's a mistake here, it's were, was, and were for these persons. Okay? Now, according to this, try to do some examples using these sentences. You have the verb in parentheses. If you have this not, you are going to make a negative. Now, it's important that you check that for present continuous we have these words, now, at the moment. Yes? In that case, there is no doubt that you are referring to a present continuous. The other sentences can be even in past continuous by changing the verb. Okay, so let's try to do it, and later I invite you to do this, yes, writing it in your notebook. So, I am working now. Nell is not watching television at the moment. They are going to the cinema. Are you calling your mother? John is reading the newspaper. Is Valerie studying English? We are not playing video games. I am not drinking water. We are missing her. Okay? So, I can do these examples in past tense by using was or were, except these two because here I have the time that indicates present. Okay, but the others can be in past tense. They were going to the cinema. Were you calling your mother? John was reading the newspaper. Was Valerie studying English? We were not playing video games. I was not drinking water. We are not missing her. Yes, as you can see, you can create sentences in present continuous as well as in past continuous. Just remember to create the gerund, yes, to add it to the auxiliary. Now, it is important that you know that for present continuous we have these words. These words are called adverbs. Yes? Now, right now, at the moment, at this moment, today, this week, this month, because you can also talk about a continuous action in a short period of time. For example, a week, this week, okay? Now, what happened with these words? Every day, every Monday, every week, every year, usually, always, sometimes. These are also adverbs, but we use them to refer to actions that we do every day, that is, habits or routines, yes? Okay, now for activities number 1 and 2. Imagine you have this party. This is basically what you are going to describe for your task number 1. Try to identify the name of the person here. Tom, Danny, Lucy. What are they doing? Yes? Now, in this case, you have the name. That is the subject. Tom is. Danny and Sam are. Helen and Eve are. Dave and Judy are. Jason is, or Claire is. So you can talk in plural or in singular. First, try to identify what they are doing and who they are. And then try to identify the verbs you need to describe the picture. For example, I can see these actions: dance, speak, talk, sit, wear, look, drink, have fun, eat, and learn. linen, okay? Remember first to create the gerund, to make the gerund, right? Dancing, speaking, talking, sitting, wearing, looking, drinking, having fun, eating, and leaning. Now we have two verbs that are quite special, or we use them in a different way as we use them in Spanish. Wear. We usually use this verb wear in present continuous to describe or to talk about what people are wearing at the moment of speaking. In this moment, I am wearing jeans, I am wearing a sweater, I am wearing tennis shoes, okay? And this verb lean refers to what these people are doing here in these pictures. Yes? So this is the action. This woman is leaning, and we use the preposition on or against. The woman is leaning on the wall. Yes? This man is leaning on the wall. This man is leaning on or against the wall. Yes? Now, once you have identified these verbs, these actions, you are going to describe what happens in this, yes, in this painting. So look at the painting Dance at the Mill of the Galette and describe what they are doing. Yes? What about A? What do you think they are doing? What about this in C? The boy and the girl. You can refer to this person as a man or a woman or young lady, an old man. Try to identify the subject. Then we have here the girls, the man sitting. Yes, this man is sitting. The man sitting is, yes, this man in B. What action do you think he is performing? No? What is he doing? I would say it is this verb, yes? Because sometimes you use the verb recharge. No, rechargeable, recharge, and that is not correct, okay? And altogether, they are having fun. In general, well, here at the table, they are maybe eating something or drinking something. What do you see in the picture? Yes? Now, in number 2, answer these questions. You have the questions in the document and you have the directions in Spanish, no? The important thing is that you have to answer these questions using the present continuous. Yes? Remember, this is very important, that you follow the structure and that you give long sentences. Don't say, for example, what is happening in the picture? And then you say, for example, they are happy. They look good. Or there are people. Okay, now try to give long answers. If you pay attention, you have here already the verbs. Wearing. They are wearing. The man is wearing. The woman is wearing. The man is doing this or the woman is doing that. Just change the action. Choose the action. Yes. What is the man with hat next to the tree doing? The man next to the tree is, or the man is. What are the girl and the woman doing? They are. Yes. So use the present continuous and try to give long answers using the structures learned in this unit. Then step 3 is write 2 questions that you would ask the characters. What would you ask to them? For example, I would ask them, why are you there? Who invited you? What are you doing there? What are you celebrating? Yes? Just write 2 questions that you would ask them. Finally, for step number 4, record a voice message where you describe what happens in the painting. Imagine you are going to describe this picture to a friend, yes? So you can start by saying this. Hi, guess what? I am watching a fantastic painting named Dance at the Mill of the Galette. There are many people there. In the picture, I can see people dancing A man is standing talking to a girl. Basically, you are going to use the answers you gave here, right? And try to include them in your description. Then when you have your recording, just share the link, okay? Try to share the link correctly. Please check that I don't have to ask you for permission to reproduce this audio or to download it, because that means that I have to go back to the platform, open your homework again, and then go to the messenger and then tell you, please open the document or give me access to the document, and then go back to your homework. And well, please, when you share the link, try to see that it is available. Yes? Okay, for homework number 2, you have, for example, they went to a party. Yes? What do you think it happened here? It was her birthday, or maybe it was his birthday, or maybe it was his birthday, or maybe they just got together. They gathered together. Yes? In that party or in that meeting, they drank tequila, or they drank wine, or she drank water. Okay? In that case, I can use the past simple to describe this. So let's see what is happening in the picture. Okay. There are 3 friends toasting to the camera and smiling. A girl smiling, a man holding a cup of wine, a girl sitting between the 2 guys. Okay? Now, as you can see, I am just describing in a very general way the situation in the picture. I am not making questions. Yes? If I making questions, sentences, sorry. So I would say, for example, the girl is smiling. The young man is holding a cup of wine. The girl is sitting between the 2 guys. If I make this in past tense, remember, just use was or were. The friends were toasting to the camera and they were smiling. The girl was smiling. The man was holding a cup of wine. Yes? The girl was sitting between the 2 guys, right? Now, when I talk about past continuous, remember just to change was, where, was, according to the subject, and remember to add the gerund, playing. For example, I was playing, you were playing, he was playing, she was playing, it was playing, right? Remember, if you are making questions, place the auxiliary before the subject and then you have the gerund. And in negative, you have the same, no? The auxiliary was or were and the particle not. I was not, and the gerund. Okay. So, according to this, for activity number 2, you have the situation. Yes? The context is the following. There was a theft that occurred between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. to your neighbor. Yes? And then the police officer arrived and asked you the following. So, to the event, the police arrived and then he asked you these questions. What were you doing when the thieves were stealing your neighbor's house? Yes? To give your answer, try to mention 3 consecutive activities. What were you doing from 5 to 9 p.m. today? Mention 3 consecutive activities. Who do you live with? What were they doing before, during, and after the theft? Mention 3 persons and 2 activities of each one. Okay. Well, you have to answer these 3 questions. But remember, in this case, you can't combine past simple and past continuous, right? For example, you can say, I was watching television, then my mother arrived home, and we were eating popcorn. Okay? And in that case, I have the 3 activities. The same here. What were you doing from 5 to 9 p.m.? Yes, you can say, well, I was listening to music, then I heard a noise, and when I looked out of the window, a man was running out of a house. And here you have to talk about 3 persons, okay? So in this activity, you can combine past simple and past continuous, okay? Okay, then write 3 questions that you would ask to your neighbor. What would you ask to your neighbor if this happens to him? Are you okay? But okay. Are you okay? But in this case, the questions are in past tense. Yes? Or in past continuous. Don't ask questions in present tense or in present continuous. That's not the topic here. So the first sentence the first questions I did was in present. No? Are you okay? So the sentence is correct, but that's not the tense for this activity. So I would ask, where were you at the moment of the theft? What were you doing? Where was your family at that time? Yes? So use past. When you finish, record the answers to the questions the police officers ask you and the questions you ask to your neighbor. Okay? Don't repeat the question. Just give your answers. If you read the questions and then give the answers, you won't have the time for your audio. Yes, the audio doesn't have to be more than 1.5 minutes, perhaps 2 minutes, and that's too much. Okay, well, if you have questions, try to give your questions, write your questions in the chat. Yes, and then I will be checking your doubts or any other questions you have in the messenger, in the platform, and I will be here for just 1 minute until the presentation finishes, and then remember the window will close. Okay, so I'm going back to the presentation because if I just stop right now, yes, the window close quickly. So I'm going to make some time, but I have there needs to be movement here in the presentation. Okay, so any questions about the activities, any questions about the presentation? I will give you some more examples in the messenger and in the foro de avisos. Try to check that. Okay, so remember, I'm going back just to give you some more time to write in the chat in case you have questions. If not, that is all for today, and thank you for being here or for the time for checking this presentation. If you didn't have the time to be at this moment just watching, maybe you can check this later. Okay, well, okay, that's all for today, and my pleasure to be here with you, and I hope to see you, and we'll keep in touch. Thanks a lot.